Namaste, Namaskar, Amidifo, peace and grace. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here. Come on in the room. You know, you can share this to your page if you would like to invite those who are connected to you to join us in this peaceful and unveiling practice of meditation. So glad you're here. We're here to create and channel, really. I was going to say create, but create's not the right word. To channel that sense of peace and connectedness to eternity, to all of creation, to every living being, even those who are in panic right now, and those who are angry, and those that we may completely disagree with the way they intend and are doing life. You know, I've been reminded the last couple of days, what credit is it to me if I only love those who love me in return? If I only give peace and peaceful awareness to those who are offering that to me, what credit is it to me? And so I choose to give. That's what I choose to do because that's who I am. To give peace, give compassion, allow myself to be stretched. And there's some stretching going on right now. In some phases, in some places with what we're doing, there's some real stretching happening. So, but what good is it if we don't stretch some? So, what I would like for us to do this week is return to Tao. Return to Tao. Those of you who know me know that I am very much a student of the Tao. The Tao Te Ching is not a religion, it's not a religious practice, as much as it is just an awareness. In fact, Tao Te Ching means the virtue of the way, or how the way works. Tao is how, creation is the process. Tao is how, creation is the process or the manifestation of it. So in returning to Tao, I have to start with the first stanza of the Tao Te Ching, which I just happen to have with me today. So, and this is Stephen Mitchell's translation of the Tao. I find it to be a wonderful read. I've read many different translations of the Tao, and this one is my favorite at this time. So if you would, for a moment, allow these words to just sort of not just come into your hearing, but allow yourself to experience these words here. When the truth of this arrived in my soul, in my life, everything about my life changed. It was an epiphany moment. I was essentially born again in that moment. So this has really become, there's 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, the virtue of the way, written by Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is Chinese. It just means old boy. That's what it means, loosely translated, old boy. And it spoke to him being very much up in years, but very boyish, very energetic, had a great sense of humor, according to the legend. He was always laughing. He was free. And the only reason he even wrote this down was because he was begged to write it down before he was going to leave and go live up in the mountains. And he wrote it down. And he even wrote, "The one who speaks has not, and the one who has speaks not." And yet he spoke and he wrote. The irony, dichotomy even, certainly a shift in the way you can live your life. So, first verse of Tao says this: the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. This source is called darkness. Darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. First verse of Tao Te Ching. Where I would like for our focus to go this week is toward the first part of that stanza. The first part of the verse. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao, and the Tao that can be named is not the eternal name. He goes on to talk about how if you are caught in the mystery, he said, you realize the mystery if you're free from desire, but in desiring, all you get is the manifestations. How many of you are interested in moving beyond manifestation and engaging with the source of all manifestation, which dwells within you? That's why I say, when you see people who are violent or angry or hateful or all of that's a microcosm. It's just a mirror of what's happening internally. Anytime you see a manifestation outside, what we're doing on the external just reveals what's happening on the internal. It may be a way to see it and wake up from it. And so I invite us this week, I'm inviting myself back into this very simple practice of not naming it, allowing, being simple, letting go of the complexity, trusting. That's really what faith is. And I love how the final stanza says, darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding is darkness. So many of us push away the darkness, but darkness sometimes appears to give you an appreciation of the light. But life is contrast. You don't know how sweet is until you've tasted bitter. It's a contrast within at least this manifested form. It's a contrast. Pain and pleasure assist each other, essentially. Light and dark assist each other. Bitter and sweet assist each other in some odd way within this human expression. And this is how I learned to receive everyone and everything as my teacher. And sometimes I don't like going to class. There's some professors I don't want to ever take again. Does that make sense to anyone? But I still realize they're my teachers. And for some of these things, I can't wait to graduate, right? Eventually, we begin to transcend all of it and live in the peace of the Tao. There are many people in China who believe you should live Confucianism while you are married and have children and working and doing the career. Then when you retire, you should live Tao, because they believe that Tao is the lazy way. It's just not doing anything. It's just letting it all go. I, on the contrary, believe that you can actually live in that balanced space of Tao all the time. You don't have to wait until you retire or you're not married anymore, the kids are grown. What is all of that anyway? All right, let's see who else here. Yeah, good morning. Happy Tuesday. We're jumping right into this. All right, good morning, Joanne. Good morning. Fred, good morning. Elle, good morning. Oh, it was a typo. Let's see. I was kind of looking at that word going, okay, what do I need to go look this word up. Maybe I've not seen this one before. So I need to go see what sauruts, but you meant spirits. Good. All right. Barbara and Jim, good morning. Good morning. John Gregory, glad you found it. Donna, good morning to you. Rachel, good morning. Linda, good morning. I was about to Google a new word in it. Rachel. Same. Wow. All right. Rashida, good morning. Good morning. Karen, good morning. Debbie, good morning. So glad you're all here. So glad you're all here. We're letting go of the need to control the outcome of any of this. All of the stuff that's going on. It's all just an outward manifestation of what's going on inwardly. And some would say, well, then, oh my God, it's terrible. Yeah, well, the earth itself, the galaxy, the universe is correcting itself. And in doing that, any dross that's there gets pushed to the top. And that's not people, but it could be manifesting as behaviors. We're pushing on into a greater understanding of truth. And we're being made free. And the making free process, for some, is very daunting because some are institutionalized. Please hear what I'm saying when I say that there. I broke free almost 20 years ago now. I started my breaking free. And it's really only been in the last 5 or 6 years that I've really felt this sense of settling in peace. And even that settling in peace a few years ago led to divorce. It led to geographical move. It led to shifting out of being the touring music guy, John Scott, toward where I'm at now. I held my ordination for 27 years this year. I've had an ordination. I couldn't get away from spirituality no matter how much I tried, and I did. I quit doing it as a career in 2013. I say career, I mean making money doing it. And next thing I know, in 2014, I'm right back to being the music director at Unity of Nashville, and the rest is history. Within 3 months of going to Unity of Nashville as the music director, the minister there resigned, and I ended up being asked to speak. And at that time, I didn't believe I would ever do that again. I wasn't interested in sermonizing. What had happened within me was a complete dismantling of my faith. It was a complete deconstruction, and the dust was still flying. I hadn't even put the refrigerator in the kitchen I was remodeling. It was all still just dust. So when I think about where people are deconstructing, some are still in that, some have just recently torn that wall out. And if you've ever remodeled a bathroom or a kitchen or something like that, you know that there are times that you get into it and you ask yourself, why did I decide to do this? And sometimes you'll just say, put it back, put it back, put it back. I don't care how bad it is, just put it back, put it back. We're not going any further. That's where some are right now. They're not quite sure what to do. And we're here to help. Okay, I probably have sermonized long enough here. All right, let me see what these tea leaves are saying, and we're going to get into our breathing practice together. Not the tea leaves, actually, just the bags, but this says, It is not talking of love, but living in love. That is everything. Oh, that's good. I hadn't seen that. That's what I'm drinking today. If you are what you eat and drink, that's what I want to be. It's not in talking of love, but living in love. That is everything. I love that. And experience will give you the power and confidence to be you. Cheers to that, y'all. And can I get an amen from the amen corner? Okay. Allow yourself just to rest. Relax into where you're at, where you're seated. Or if you're lying down, just be there. Be present for a moment. I'm resting into Tao presence. The way. I don't need to name it. I don't need to label it. I invite you now to just let go of any and everything, any beliefs, any concerns, even your opinion of life. Just let it go. Anything in this life that you are attending and or tending to that's out of obligation is taking from you more than you should be given. So let it go. Sometimes it's the need to be needed that keeps us on needing and never being satisfied. In letting go of desire, we move into the mystery. And holding on to desire, we see only the manifestations. And so we let go. The outcome. I rest in the eternal Tao, that pure presence. essence, the source and the force from which I come to be. I trust. I trust that Source knows exactly what it's doing. So I bring my awareness to gratitude and thanksgiving. Without trying to be in charge, just notice your breathing. Notice the breathing, the action, in and out. Inhaling, exhaling. Notice it. And don't try to control it, just observe it. Now with gratitude and thanksgiving, engage with it. Thank you for breathing, this force and source that keeps me alive. This miracle. This is something that's always happening even when I'm not consciously aware of it. Wow. This is Tao. Tao is how. Creation is the process or the manifestation of Tao. Allow your shoulders and your neck and your whole body really to just relax and feel the warmth of pure presence, this presence that guides every single day. It has been since before you took birth, before you even took on this spacesuit you call your body. You were being held by this pure presence. And in this space, I'm simply fully aware of that presence. So today I hit reset, back to the simplicity of being the observer, being the witness, being in Tao, the way, spirit, presence, many names, one source. My hope is built on that source from which all of creation comes to be. So I am aware, awake, and fully present in the eternal now. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Anytime there's a breakdown, it's leading to a breakthrough. Anytime there's a dark night of the soul, it's an invitation to see the light more brightly than ever. Anytime there's bitter, it's giving way to the taste of sweet. So I rest. I rest in this pure place of complete and total bliss. A simple reminder that I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not my feelings. I am the observer. I am the host. I am the witness, and I choose where my energy flows by choosing where my focus goes. I am free. I am free. I am free. No regrets of the past, no fears of a future that's not real, no labels in this present moment, free from all labels, free from need, free from desire. I have everything I need right here and right now in this present moment. And with my whole being, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, Namaskar, Om, Amitabha, peace, grace, generosity, kindness, and goodness. Living the Tao, living the Tao. And so it is. And so it is. Yeah. And so I'll read the Tao verse 1 real quick again, and let's move throughout our day with this in our mind. Allow this to ruminate within you. Every time there's a sense of attaching to a particular label or attaching to a particular way of doing things, needing, sometimes there's a thing in us that almost needs to feel separate from what we don't like, right? But anytime you start to sense that feeling of separateness, bring yourself back to these words. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. is. And as we read this, you could say labeling. Labeling is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. It just becomes plain. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations, they arise from the same source. The source is called darkness. It's a womb, not a tomb. It's a womb, not a tomb. So when you feel the sense of darkness, it's just the incubation period. The germination is happening, getting ready to release something new. Darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. And so it is. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here, for being present, for being in this space, for being in this place, for knowing who you are, for being who you are with me, for allowing yourself to share this space with all of us. You're a beautiful, wonderful expression of the divine nature. Go and be that today. Allow yourself to just be fully present in the world. Give that gift to the world around you. And go and make it a great day, because